Hello and welcome to Happy Foot, Sad Foot. Darren came on just in the nick of time. I'm Travis Hellwig.
I'm Darren Miller.
Wait, are we actually live?
Wow.
I
Yeah,
didn't
we're
say
live,
live.
baby.
We're doing it.
I don't know. It just says scheduled on my end.
Maybe it's StreamYard's fault. Look, I
Hit
think
us up
we're
in the
live.
chat if we're live.
Well, StreamYard's fault. Fuck it. We got to go. So we won 3-1. We'll see you in the semifinals.
Look, I think
that's sports, baby. Just do it.
The amount that Vince, I think, hates doing this podcast is remarkable.
I think that there's something about this Open Cup game and then it being pushed to 8:00 and then it not necessarily being the greatest game. I mean, some good goals. I'll say that the goals were all quality. But yeah, just I don't know. I'm old. What do you want?
It's late. It is late. I think that's the obvious sad foot here is that the game started at 8 p.m. for no reason. Truly. I think I want to say just right off the bat, wasn't a trap game, turns out. Wasn't a trap game at all. I think there was maybe 15 minutes in there where we were like, could be a trap game. And then it wasn't a trap. It was just domination for most of it. I want to shout out right at the beginning, New Mexico United and their fans. That team is better than, I want to say, a third of MLS teams. They gave us a run at times. And then their fans showed up in more numbers than most MLS teams do to our stadium. So I want to shout out the New Mexico United fans.
And looking good in all yellow. Like the coordination, they did good job. And I agree with you. I think I enjoyed watching them play. I think what we saw was, and we talked about this a little bit in the previews, like a lot of MLS teams will rotate a bunch and then they're lowering the level and they're getting to where the level is much closer for a USL team. Now we watched New Mexico United, who is top of the conference, and they look good. Like, I'm not just trying to say this to say it. Like, they look more than competent. Like they can play, and they do try to play. Like, they weren't just trying to battering ram their way through and just find gaps in LAFC. But what we saw was when you have the quality of players of a top tier MLS side, like they were just physically better than the New Mexico players. They're first to almost every ball. Their running off the ball was pretty incredible today. Watching them just streak down the field, and then the midfielders pick out passes. If LAFC would have been just a little bit sharper going forward, it probably would have been much worse. But like I said, we just saw the kind of the gap in talent. I don't think New Mexico United should have anything to be ashamed of. They played a good game, and they should be respected for the way they played.
In that 20-minute stretch in the second half, there was that. They kept possession. They were passing really well in a way that we haven't seen from any of the USL teams. I do think there were plenty of opportunities that we biffed early on. It felt like after we scored the second goal, and even before, it didn't seem like we were taking this as seriously as maybe we should after we scored so early. I don't know. It just felt like there was some laissez-faire energy from the team. What do you think, Darren?
Yeah, in a way, like the early goal didn't help on that front. Like they were like, okay, not only are we playing a USL team, but also we scored 5 minutes in. So like we've pretty much got this. And they had like just enough evidence to back that attitude up that was a little toxic, I think maybe. I mean, in the end, it didn't hurt them, but it's not like what.
Yeah, there's nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, and as someone notes that David Martinez has a lot of potential. He does. He really does. A great player on the ball. But man, when he's not on the ball, he could give a shit. He could care less.
I was going to say, how controversial is this? I was feeling like he was having a really rough game and was like a step behind mentally and physically right up until he scored. Like I typed in my notes in the sad foot column was like, Martinez is not ready. He was not 100% mentally or physically. He's having a terrible game. Like as I finished the last letter of that note, he scored.
And huge disclaimer, fair that he's not like on at the top of his game. He was out for what, like almost 2 months with a major back injury.
With a red card.
But with the red card. That's the longest red card in history.
The red card.
Yeah. No, and yeah, he was a little sloppy at times, which to be, you can expect that. he was not always energetic. Also can expect that. But there was one play where there was like a moment to press, and LAFC pressed really well, and he was far forward, and it was clear the pass was going to go into an area where he probably could cut it off if he just sprinted 10 yards back. And he just like looked, and Tillman was kind of like, what the fuck, guy? Like, what are you doing? We had them pinned in.
He seemed gassed like 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just rusty, but
I will say there was a moment in which, and I saw Martinez get upset when this happened, was Matty Bogusz had a clear pass to David Martinez, who was wide open in front of the net
with a half open net.
Yes, it was like 25th, 26th minute, and Bogusz was like, "I'm just gonna go for it." And if I was David Martinez after that, I'd be like, "Fuck it, I'll do it myself too, I guess." And then like maybe 10 minutes after that, Matty Bogusz tried to pass to David Martinez in the wrong time when Bogusz should have passed it. I thought Bogusz looked a little bit rough at times in the first half, and then obviously looked really good in the second half. I think he is should be considered an MVP candidate, better than Messi. You've heard it here first.
Matthias Bogusz better than Messi. It felt to me like he had decided he needed to score this game, and that's that's
Martinez?
The only thing he was thinking about. No, Bogusz.
Oh yeah,
all game he was just like, I'm gonna score.
I think that's Martinez's MO every game.
Yeah.
He's like, if I don't score, we didn't do well. And they're like, who's this we you're talking about?
He does that, like, he's so confident on the ball, but his body language when someone else has the ball is like, when do I get the ball?
Yeah. But give it back.
I do think, though, like, there is a level of you have to get acclimated with the team. And we've had players like that before. Even Kike Oliveira looked a little bit like that early on when he couldn't figure out where he fit in. And especially Martinez hasn't played consistently with the team all season. So it would sort of make sense that he would play his own game and not be confident in the team around him. And he's so talented that I bet at some point that'll go away. I also have another happy foot, which was we didn't capitalize on it, but that Bouanga pass early on in the first half that like looped around. Was it to Bogusz?
Yeah, to Bogusz.
Yeah, that was when Bogusz should have passed to.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was the same play. Oh my god. Yeah,
it would have been an incredible goal. And honestly, I don't even know what Bogusz is thinking there, because it was like so on, like Martinez is so on there, and that's so the pass, like it's so obvious, and for him to double back that close to the end line and be like, "No, I think I can squeeze out of here."
And he had the pass too. He had the pass, which is frustrating. He like did everything right until the last possible second.
Yeah.
My other great happy foot was Duenas being a piece of shit at the end of the game to that man. Just like there was like Duenas and this guy got in a fight, and then the guy went to shake his hand, and Duenas just put his hand on his chest, and then the guy got really angry, and then Tillman had to come and break up. It's just like, I love having people like that on the team. Well, Duenas learning from Chiellini.
Yeah, if a child put its hand on your chest, you'd be like, hold on a second.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you don't.
I'm scared of teenagers. Son? I know. I'm more scared of teenagers than any age of person.
That's true. I think we've talked about that on the show before.
They don't know. They don't understand like how the world works. They think that nothing could go wrong. So I don't mess with teenagers.
I can just imagine the teenagers that probably live in and around your neighborhood too, and they're probably like the most banal and stuck-up kids, but they probably are also somewhat terrifying because they don't have a care in the world.
It's what they're capable of. Who knows what they'll do?
Yes,
they probably won't do anything, but like they're one wrong decision away from catastrophe.
Well,
you get bullied into buying underage kids beer at the.
No, I just offer store, you? Every time I see underage kid, I'm like, is that a toddler?
You just come out with an extra case. Here you go,
you
kids.
Guys want Zins? Who wants Zins?
Better than vaping.
Hey, better than vaping. You heard it here first. Matty Bogusz better than Messi. Zins better than vaping.
Not better at the slide. That's my sad foot. Matty Bogusz trying to slide on the dry grass.
Yes. Yeah. This is around the point of the season where we go, what's going on with the BMO?
Yeah, we're getting there. We're there. It's funny that a slide is at this point more dangerous than a flip.
Yeah, be careful.
Go the Bouanga route. Get the whole team flipping.
LAFC reminding us what happened in the Uruguay game. Disappointed that LAFC players didn't beat the shit out of New Mexico fans post-game. Yeah, that happened in Copa America.
Yeah. That seemed like a real rough
somehow probably still not the strangest thing to happen in Copa America. I mean, on this soil, yes, but guaranteed there's been Copa America tournaments in the past where crazier shit has happened.
Oh, for sure. It is just like I had tweeted this too. It's like it was crazy to cut away from that. Like that's like multiple players could have months-long suspensions. Why aren't we seeing what's happening? Like, or at least talk about it. They didn't mention it at all. Why are we pretending that like the malice at the palace didn't fucking happen in the stands?
Well, I'll add another sad foot is you thinking that Fox cares anything about their viewers.
We've got caller. We are
caller?
with caller. We are currently with caller.
It's like when the man says we're pregnant.
Yeah. we are. That's what this is right now. We're pregnant with a caller.
Yeah.
LAFC Luke.
Let's give birth to this baby, Luke.
Oh, you're with caller. All right. Okay.
Wow, came out of the womb sassy. Any happy feet or sad feet?
Look, I thought this was a show for casuals because this has been some technical shit that y'all have been going over on this scrappy little game against a team we didn't even know anything about any of these players until like 2 days ago. But okay.
You're not a big Zico Bailey fan? That's one of my favorite names. Right? Zico Bailey is a great name.
It's a
Zico Bailey is the name of the alcohol I buy the kids. You guys want some Zicos?
This guy just keeps offering us things that start
sounds
with
like
Z to drink.
Disease in Brazil that was like affecting pregnant women.
The Zico Bailey virus.
Oh no, we got Zicos.
I don't really have any happy feet or sad feet because it didn't really look like we were putting 100% effort of any of our players at any point in this one. We were just we were more athletic. We were stronger players.
Yeah.
They were first to the ball, knocking the other guys off the ball. There wasn't like we really got to string together these passes here. That never happened.
Yeah, we were never really like we never had a real. There were a few moments where I think they had a game to respect, but I was never worried. Like even in a like there was never a moment in the match where I could have been worried if it was 0-0 even. Like it was just it felt like a USL team playing an MLS team, and we decided to start our starters, and we got the early goal, and it was like this is what this is going to be. I mean, you could tell after there were conflicts and tackles. There was a few like Tillman. I remember I saw this from him. I saw it from Bawanga. Like they were not mad. They were like laughing with these guys. They were being like kind and like mentor figures after like I forget who the defender was on New Mexico who like successfully stopped Bawanga in the box. And then Bawanga was just like, "Hey, great job, man!" Like I don't know. It seemed like they were taking the route of like. Let's give these guys credit for like making it to this match because they're not gonna get any further.
I was nervous for a little bit in there because there was a period of time I was like, oh, were Dolo's subs too casual at halftime where he brought out Kai Kamara and David Martinez, who were like really strong up front, and then there was a moment where Angel slid and didn't connect, and I'm like, a guy with long legs like Kai Kamara could maybe have scored that. So there was a period of like 15 minutes where I was like, if they put one past us again, if they get lucky somehow, I am a little bit nervous. But
I will say, I would say that goal, that was like a beautiful goal.
Oh, the New Mexico goal was crazy.
Their goal?
Yeah,
it was pretty. It was a pretty goal.
But it wasn't part of a play that showed that they like had any sort of upper hand on us in the match. It was like too good of a goal for that. It was in traffic. It was outside the box. It was like I'm not worried about the state of our defense after that goal.
And happy foot guys. Hugo dove for that, even though he knew he's not getting that.
That was a great dive.
He did that for all of you.
That's what matters.
He did that for all of you.
It was a beautiful dive. It was a great dive.
Sends across the board.
My main takeaway from the goal was it was a great dive.
my happy foot is that we didn't play on Houston on Sunday, so then we were able to play our best starting 11 on rest. That's my
we had
happy
an interesting starting 11. Thanks for bringing that up, because it like Martinez started, but we didn't start Hollingshead or Atuesta. Vince and Luke, you both know soccer, and Darren and I don't. Why do they do that? Do you think? Why do you think they did the thing that they did?
Why did say the question again? The way you phrased
why,
it sounded
why did
weird.
they start Martinez and not Atuesta?
Why did they slide Bogusz back?
They know soccer.
to the
You're supposed to
midfield?
know talking.
because
it's fucking 4 a.m. for some reason, because we don't I don't know why Lamar Hunt demands these games. I know Lamar Hunt sitting in an office propped up in his coffin saying,
look, it could be
have
worse.
to be late at night because that's when I haunt these houses. But
guys, it could be worse. You could be following the Sporting Kansas City Dallas game, which is still being played.
Oh my God.
Is it an extra time?
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's an extra time. Plus they had a lightning delay.
It's in the 107th minute.
Too many minutes. That's too many minutes.
Okay.
Lamar
so I
is
think
getting his money.
Travis, I think I didn't understand your question, because like when you start Martinez, of course, then Bogusz is going to the midfield.
Right.
Like,
I was curious why you thought they maybe didn't start Atuesta as opposed to having Bogusz up front, which they've been doing more frequently.
I think they just wanted to give in a low, as we saw from the game, in a lower risk situation. Because look, David was going to start against Houston, right? So they were thinking, hey, that maybe is like a throwaway game. Let's get him some minutes. He needs it. And clearly he came out early, right? I think they're just trying to build up his fitness. And then so they decided, all right, let's just continue to give him the start. Like, I guarantee if he started against Houston, he's not starting this game because he wouldn't have it in his legs. I think they're just really trying to build his fitness.
That makes sense.
What Vince said.
Okay.
Are they now actually well enough rested for? Is it Saturday or Sunday? It's Saturday, right?
Saturday.
It's Saturday,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's a
Can these
quick
guys
turnaround.
start on
still.
Saturday?
I mean, they're gonna have to.
I think they did a pretty good job of rotating people too. You know, like they did
There were
take
halftime
people out.
subs. Yeah.
Well, we know
Yeah.
Tillman's not playing Saturday, so
That's
at
true.
least he got a full 90.
Yep.
Right.
That's true. And a goal. Great goal.
He got his
from Timothy
production.
Tillman.
He got his production for the weekend.
And
5 minutes
Uruguay
before the finish.
is out, so Oliveira
Yay.
will come back.
Do they have a third place game?
Don't they have
in
a
that
consolation
tournament?
match?
No, they've been
No?
so these tournaments have finally gotten smart and realized that the teams do not give a shit about playing for third place, and so the Euros does not have a third place game this time.
Euros
And neither
does.
is Copa America. No, it
Euros
does
has
not.
a third place game on Saturday.
Nope. Euros
I
canceled
thought-
this year. There is no third place game.
For real?
Whoa.
Yep.
Huh.
But then, how do we know who comes in third place, Vince?
You know, way back in the day,
Who do
They
they
used
give
to-
the third place trophy to, Vince?
or actually not way back in the day, it's still a rule. Like there's in some tournaments, if you're tied after a certain level, they just say fuck it, draw lots. So if they're like your goal differential's the same, this is the same, this is the same, so maybe they just draw some numbers and like, all right, you got, or draw straws.
They should let the fans vote.
Yes.
I'm too young to know what lots are.
Luke, anything else you wanna give us happy foot or sad foot before
Look,
you
I want
go?
to shout out the New Mexico supporters
For sure.
Like, I was talking with my husband as we were on our way out. Like, I like mad respect for them. They chartered a couple flights. They showed up in good numbers. They coordinated their like Columbus Crew color yellow jerseys or whatever. Love all the different kits they have. Love the show that you guys put together in advance of this one.
Well, thank you.
And like I suppose on some level I'm glad they got to see their team score a goal against us. So at least they got something.
It was the best goal of the game.
Great
It was a
goal.
nice goal.
Yeah, they did get that. Is honestly, but that shouldn't be overlooked. That is what you need when you made the trip and you get the loss. Like, you gotta have something like that to hang your hat on.
And near the end of the game, I don't know if you saw that someone had a shot on Lloris and Lloris covered it. Their fans were going nuts. They were like cheering on the team for giving it a go. So I'm like, I think they got a show for it. And I don't know. I was impressed by New Mexico. I thought that they were easily the best team we've played in US Open so far. Like it's just not even close.
So they were better than Loudoun United. is what you're saying.
Unfortunately for the wine country of DC, they were better than Loud and United. Thanks for calling, Luke. We love
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Please don't crash your car. The people are saying Copa America does have a third place game, Vince.
Okay, well, Euros for sure has canceled theirs. So I maybe I read it wrong that Copa had done as well. So maybe what the article I wrote was like Copa should be canceling it, but then again, it's all a cash grab. So of course they're gonna have a third place game.
The David L says, anyone else feel weird when Vince is wrong?
It's an uncomfortable feeling.
David, no one weirder than how I feel. I don't like it at all.
Doesn't happen
It must have been going to be such a know-it-all piece of shit and get it wrong, huh?
Well, I will say this: if they are going to have a third place game, is Uruguay going to show up after going into the stands and deciding to fight everyone? They might just be like, "Nah, we're done."
They might cancel it.
Who was?
Was Kiki involved in that at all?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I don't think so, right?
I don't think so. It seemed like Darwin Nunez was.
It was just him, right?
Mainly him, and then a few guys trying to actually. I think more of them were trying to actually stop Darwin more than anything.
The rumors is that something happened with their families, and they rushed up there to protect their families. Is what that's what they're putting out is what happened.
Yeah, it seemed like there was little to no security in and around that area, and as you saw, there was a lot of yellow, which is the Colombian color. So it just seemed. I mean. Look, you're already in a bad mood and you're seeing your family in distress and a bunch of drunk celebrating people crowding them out. Like, yeah, you're probably going to go in the stands and try to sort things out.
Yeah, there was a moment where there was a single security guard in between the fight. It was a female security guard. And then there were like 3 or 4 men on the field just watching it happen as this woman is trying to break up the fight. I felt so bad for her. Like people were punching around her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I don't know if Charlotte has to deal with crazy fandoms very often.
We have in Charlotte.
It was in Charlotte.
I have a question. Is it random who hosts? Like, is there a draw for who hosts the next round of the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup?
No, Seattle. That's already been decided.
So we go to Seattle.
Yeah, through the last draw when they set up the bracket, if Sacramento would have won, we would have been going to Sacramento. It doesn't matter. It was already set up.
Well, there's that rule for US Open Cup that if you can play on turf, you have to play on turf. That's a rule, right? Isn't that a rule?
It's too late.
Folks.
It's too late. Look, I just want to say, wait, does that mean that we won't host any more US Open Cup games? We're at the bottom of the bracket no matter what?
They should have decided kind of the priority on hosting the final. I don't know exactly who.
We were at the very bottom on the bracket they showed on TV.
Then yeah, we're done.
So we have to go to Kansas City if we want to fucking or Indianapolis if we beat
Indy
Seattle.
11, baby.
I don't want to go to either of those places.
Well, no one's forcing you. You didn't go to the game tonight.
Yeah, but like downtown, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everyone was there. We could see from the stand. You're not gonna give me shit for this one. You can give me shit for other ones.
Look,
Don't give me shit for this one.
The game is huge after tonight. The game is huge now. We grew that game so hard.
And as we always say, this is the tournament we care about least unless we win it. And then we've cared about it from the start, and it's very important.
Always, yes.
We're back to as close as we've ever been.
I never doubted US Open Cup.
Kimberly says they draw for host tomorrow. Are you wrong twice in a row, Vince?
We're discovering a quirk of Vince's that
I heard they were reseeding after this round.
Never wrong on the pitch, but maybe it's a quirk that you're just like wrong all the time off.
I'm much more confident in that they will be going to Seattle no matter what. The final may be different, but in years past, they've done this stuff well in advance, like Travis said, where it's basically like 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you're 4 and you happen to get all the way, like you're not hosting. It's just
there's a consensus in the hive mind of the chat that what you just said is correct. That next round we are going to Seattle, but there'll be a reseeding tomorrow or sometime soon to figure out where the final is played, because I have a feeling they'll rig it so it's in Seattle or Los Angeles. They do not want to have it played there. Although a game in Indy would be fun.
Yeah, I don't know, Travis. If they do it in Kansas City, they know at least they'll get probably a sellout.
That's true. That's true. We'll sell out if we. I think people will start coming if it's the semifinal. Maybe the finals.
I actually want LAFC to be in the finals more so to figure that out than anything.
Yeah,
I would like to see that. I'm very curious about how much people actually do care about the trophy. But guaranteed, like you said, if we win it, we could probably sell out the stadium for everyone to hang out and celebrate it.
We'll have a fucking parade if we win the Open Cup.
Shut down LA.
Is there a smaller loop than the loop around Christmas Tree Lane that they could do? Like they do like a loop in they could loop the Gold Lot. That's what they should do. Just do the loop of the Gold Lot. And then we're like, hey.
They shouldn't even put him on a bus. They should like march him up and down the free play stairs.
Yeah.
Just make him
or just get a bunch of those like things on like the boardwalk where like 6 people can sit on the bicycle, like the 4. It's kind of like a bicycle because you got a pedal, but it still has 4 wheels.
Yeah,
like
where the people are drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I want everybody to know we have another caller. And this caller is someone we all know and love. He comes here on special occasions like a sexual harassment Santa Claus. Please welcome to the show, Two Nips Dan. Any happy feet or sad feet, Two Nips Dan?
Happy feet of seeing the keepers on the Jumbotron. And also the wrestling signs in the stands.
There were wrestling signs?
There was wrestling crowd signs.
Like people holding up signs like it's a wrestling match?
Yeah, just like that. And my sad foot is
I've never felt so small in my life.
That led to the goal.
Whose turnover was it? I don't even remember.
Whose was it? Was it
like the one way up the field?
Tillman.
Isaiah says
whoever's turnover led to the goal. I don't know who did it, but
I feel like it was Campos. Although I shouldn't be guessing anymore because I've been so wrong on so many things tonight. But they had it, like they did have it sorted out. Like they got a little unlucky when Atuesta went in for that slide and it went, right back to the guy. It happens.
Daniel, what was the vibe like in the stadium? How can you describe the electric atmosphere?
Could you even move an inch?
It was totally packed. On one side. And the other side is totally empty.
Thanks for calling, Daniel. We always love you. Thanks for showing us your nipples and needs. What's the rule? 3 goals?
I thought it was 4.
I mean, in a cup game. In a cup game,
it's 3. In a cup game, it's 3. Thank you for being here, Daniel.
All right.
I'm glad he cleared that up because I also thought 4, and I'm happy that we made it.
That's good.
In a cup game. Lamar Hunt has different rules.
Bring in the background noise as always.
All right, we got another caller. Carlos, any happy feet or sad feet? Are you at this? You're at Christmas Tree Lane. How's it going?
Hey.
Love you, miss you, want to see you soon. Bye.
How's it going?
Pretty. Happy foot. Well, obviously we won. Sad foot. I didn't see Chiellini. Everybody saw him. I think today I heard it was last time being here in the stadium, and everybody just need to set the tone. Set the tone. Come on, boys.
How many beers did Haraz have?
That podcast out there. But yeah, I guess my sad foot is missing out on seeing Chiellini and saying bye to him because I heard a lot of people got a photo with him. And I just walked out to get the birria tacos. I guess I got overhyped and got too hungry. But yeah, guys, let's say hi, guys, and let's go for the cup.
Let's do it. I want to say right here, Chiellini for U.S. men's national coach. I want to keep him in the United States. We got to keep him around.
Keep Chiellini in the U.S. Kidnap Chiellini.
Yeah. A pleasure being here. Say hi, and Vinny.
Later, guys. Miss you guys.
Thanks for calling in. Vince.
I'm sad. I didn't get a picture with Giorgio.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
I
sent him a message on IG though. He wrote back. It was nice of him.
Oh, that's nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in Berlin for the final. Should I text him?
Yeah, you should find him.
How would I ever? People know who he is there. It's not like it's the United States. People would lose their minds if they saw him there.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, no, you should still reach out and be like, hey, remember when you wished me happy birthday? And he'll say, of course I do. And
No.
he won't, but
No, I
Don't say that. 'Cause he's charming.
he'll say, of course I do, Travis. I'm so proud of you. You're a man. And you're like, well, I'm very much not a child.
You've made it to your big day, Travis. Congratulations.
Keep living soccer.
Everyone's saying New Mexico fans go harder than Carson. They're better than Carson. We all agree.
That's a low
No
bar,
one likes
yeah,
Carson.
that's great.
Stinky city, as we all know. And we know New Mexico is a beautiful place. I love New Mexico. I had a great time before I ripped the top off my RV in New Mexico. How late is it? 1,000,000 o'clock?
It's 10:36. It's so late.
Thanks, Darren. Want to know why I asked that question? I changed the time on my phone to be like European time. So I could get used to doing it because I leave tomorrow. And I'm like, I don't know what time this is. 22:37. That's the latest a time could be.
It's 1,000. It's in the thousands.
When it's over 12, Travis, just subtract 12 from it and you'll know.
Someone said that to me earlier today, and then I realized, I could just subtract 2 and then forget the first digit. And then I don't, because subtracting 12 is hard. But like 22, if I subtract 2 and forget the first digit, it's 10.
Yeah, but what if it was 17?
I'm gonna
2 is 5. And
I'm
then
gonna cut this line of conversation off right here. This is not gonna be
7
good.
minus 2
This
is
is not
5.
entertainment. This is not entertainment.
I'm about to go to a walkable city, Darren. How dare you cut off this conversation? Because the cities that I'm going to, one of the cities is so small that you could bike side to side in 15 minutes. That's how walkable the city is, Darren. So how dare you? We're about to get into the good stuff. Vince wants to stay here for another 90 minutes, and I'm gonna make him. Okay. Everyone's saying
Vince, you gotta
give the
go
girth
full
monster
90.
some sleep.
Vince gotta go a full 90 in the post game.
Yeah.
You gotta rest that girth.
Yeah. How do you think it gets the way it
God,
does?
can you believe how girthy the game is after tonight?
Yeah.
The game did grow, but only in girth, I'll say.
Oh, we forgot our.
Oh,
grow the
that's
game
such a
joke.
good end. You should have saved that just for the very
Damn
end.
it. All right, we'll edit it in the podcast so people.
It wasn't that good.
No, it was strong.
The girth is grown. Travis keeps bragging about Copenhagen and Berlin. Yeah, you guys don't fucking know about Denmark.
Thank you, Luke.
You don't fucking know about Denmark like I do. I'm going to fucking Denmark.
I like that Marco says, when's the girth merch coming? And I think we might get sued by someone else if we put that kind of merch out.
Oh, only
I mean, I would love to make a shirt that just says girth merch.
girth monster. I am the girth. Vince is the girth monster.
Oh,
It's
no.
just
Girth monster with an arrow pointing up.
If that shirt sells better than the higher Vince shirt, that's
no one bought the higher Vince shirt, Vince.
yeah. But they'll
we
buy
gotta go
that
with
one.
wider. We gotta go with wider, Vince.
Yeah. We got to go with something funnier that people will go for.
I think if we just became like a boardwalk t-shirt shop where we just made whatever random bad sex puns we could, we'd sell a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, if we do make this girth monster shirt, could it be also like with that kind of airbrushed bikini man on it like that?
I
like,
know
can we do
exactly what
something
you
like
mean.
that? Yeah.
I want to make one that says FBI female Bogush inspector or Bawanga inspector. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. So
I love Travis realizing Bawanga also starts with B.
Well, he had to subtract the 2 and to just forget the other letter.
It's 10:40. That's what I figured out by the subtracting of the 2. HaFoSaFo after dark. Vince needs to be at ESPN. Yeah, he'll have a producer to check his facts because he got so many wrong.
Oh
fuck.
Oh
Man.
David L pitches I'm with Girthy for a t-shirt.
This is like too inside of a joke at this point. Like it's just.
I think it's pretty well known. Actually, I think it's out there.
Female Buke inspector.
Pour one out for Stipe. That's how we should end it.
Yeah, we'll miss him. Top goal scorer in MLS history in such a short period of time.
Golden Boot winner.
I can't believe
Golden Boy.
Is there
Golden
any
boy.
golden
We
boy?
got the golden boy this year.
It's hard. It's nice to watch the golden boy come, but it's hard to watch him go. Is that what I'm saying?
Let me change the subject real quick. Some Isaiah Lopez in the comments writes, "Can we go over Darren's bet again? I think Martinez scored. It's on
Vince
next
looked
week."
at me
for
with
him to
such
win.
disgust.
That was just so dangerous.
What was your bet? What your bet was a goal and assist, or was it?
No, it was either a goal or an assist.
But he
in
has
both
to do.
matches from someone who doesn't normally start. I was more specific in saying.
So eyes are
someone who
still
didn't
on.
start during Galaxy.
Yeah, eyes are still on Columbus. You're still on the clock.
Yes, but like it's eligible.
Yeah.
For a
yeah,
victory
you're in play.
Yeah, it's in play. It could have been not in play after this match.
Okay.
I did phrase it in a way I meant that it would be anyone both games, but the way I think I actually said it is it sounded like it had to be the same person. So I think that's on me.
I think I remembered it as anyone both games. I mean, we could say just Martinez, but like if Ordaz scores, I think that's two outlandish.
That was the
things
intent behind it. Was like someone from that pool both times. But
yeah, you're not getting this bet, so we'll just spread it out for you.
Whoa, I mean, I'm pretty confident.
Failed tonight. Mine was we would go into extra PKs.
Yep. Well, when it was one for a minute there, like you said, it was a little nervy.
Musto bicycle kick incoming.
Oh, yeah.
Comment of the night.
If that happens, I will give you like $1,000.
That was sincere.
I feel like we could probably get someone on the team to get that information to Tommy Musto. And then
even then, I will still give you $1,000.
Wow.
It's like Steve Cherundolo is like, I don't give a shit. I'm not putting him in the game.
Now we need security. All of Hawaii is going to be on you after this.
You'd be like, so Vince is an idiot, but I'm supposed to put some guy in the game? No.
Let's take a second before we let Vince go to bed to talk about Steve Cherundolo making some news today as they gave him the second best odds to be the U.S. national team coach behind Klopp, which I think gives him the first best odds to be the national team coach.
Yeah, now I'm questioning those odds actually.
It was he was second on the list. I mean, Dolo, I think what we need to do as a fan base is let everyone know how bad of a coach Steve Cherundolo is and how mad the fans will be if Steve Cherundolo becomes the coach of the U.S. national team.
Actually, I don't know if you know this, but they already are mad that he's even been mentioned. So that is
I kind of don't understand that discourse.
Because Darren, I hate to break it to you, but all these fans don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, okay.
And they want Jurgen Klopp is an amazing coach and would be an amazing coach for the U.S. national team. But I could just as easily say so would Pep Guardiola. Like just because you say you think it should be Klopp doesn't mean that you know what you're talking about, especially when you degrade Steve Cherundolo's achievements and say that he's not a good coach because why? Nobody has actually given real reasons other than, well, he's never coached a national team. Well, there's a lot, neither has Jurgen Klopp. So I just don't understand these things that people say.
I think to me, it sounds like it's part of the same sort of like, I guess self-loathing is the way of putting it. Like, I think that with the credentials, they don't realize what they want from him is like overseas achievements. Like they want, I don't know. Am I wrong? Like they want.
He was an assistant in Germany though for a long time, right?
No, he has. Like, I mean, he played in Germany for 16 years, and then coached German national teams at lower levels and an assistant for German club teams. Like,
the man has wrong about what they're.
Yeah, the man has he had much more like all around experience than even Greg Berhalter. I know that's.
And still, after all that, he's just a terrible coach, and no one.
I can't believe he keeps failing upwards. Steve Cherundolo, we don't want to. We take him, please.
This is gonna get confusing. I'm already like, are we doing the right reverse psychology here?
I don't want him to go. He's been so good and consistent, and like it's especially this season, the team's been really fun to watch. I feel like last season was a little bit less there. I want to see a full season of Steve Cherundolo playing this style. It would suck if he left in the middle of this season.
I totally agree.
I also wouldn't fucking hold it against him if he did. That piece of shit.
I don't know.
No, it's nothing to hold against.
Some fans have reached out to me saying that they think Ante Razov is the real mastermind behind all of this. Total speculation. They have no idea. But so, if he goes, we're in better hands anyways. And I'm being totally facetious here.
I was going to say, how did Dolo jump to the top? I felt like Jim Curtin was like the coach du jour. And then Wilfred Nancy. Like, why is Dolo being considered number one over Curtin and Wilfred Nancy?
Well, Steve has much more experience, not only, as a U.S. men's national team player. Like, if anyone's going to know what it takes to be a national team player, and then I think it's just the style play. I think actually Jim Curtin's style play would fit this team a little bit better to have them be a little more transition heavy. But Steve has shown that he can balance them a little more pragmatic. Like, I think I like Wilfred Nancy a lot. No chance he could get this team to play the way he gets his crew team to play. They don't have the personnel for it. Yeah. And I do not want to see that happen.
Do you think we could get Mr. Bean from Vancouver to do it? That would be fun. What's his name?
Funny.
Sartini?
Vanny Sartini.
Yeah, the guy who sucks Steve Cherundolo's dick. Can we get
Well, my guess is he wants Steve Cherundolo for the job.
Can I be your assistant, sir? All right, if you don't know what we're talking about, look it up.
There is actually a thing you can look up for that one.
Thanks for hanging out at 11 p.m. on a Wednesday, everyone. Everyone should be in bed. We have school tomorrow.
We're so fucking old.
Vince, take us away.
That's sports, baby. And we grew the girth of the game tonight.
Yeah, we grew the girth.
I love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye. I'll see you guys soon. I'll let you know if they've heard of the podcast in Berlin.